Well, it's the final new episode of the JR Show podcast for a little while in regards to artists. Let's go out on a high note. Madison, Taylor, Logan, all of CAIN, my guests on this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together unless you're driving for our friends in CAIN.
Hey.
I know you guys were recently in, but I'm like, can never have too much.
Come on.
Are you sure?
We'll find out.
Hopefully my wife doesn't call in. But yeah.
I don't think our phones work.
Perfect.
So our new building, they haven't set the phones
We
up.
got her blocked.
I think Verizon said we're not renewing with you guys because we've broke them a couple times. Like when we've done certain contests.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, you shut us down. We're not renewing.
It's a pretty cool thing to have done.
Okay.
That could also be a whole made-up story. I don't know if that's true at
It was
all.
a good
Okay.
story.
But I
though.
heard something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So like right now, if I'm like, old radio term is, hey, call the hotline.
Yeah.
Like I have no phones right now.
Yeah. Just
Here,
post.
I'll give out Madison's personal cell
There you
phone
go.
number.
Here you go.
Okay.
And
You guys
Wait,
call
hear-
Madison.
right
Hear
in.
me out. Sometimes you get lonely in life. And maybe instead of social media, I could just give out my phone number and see if anyone
Sure.
texts. Should we do it?
Give out the last four of your social, too.
You're
That'd be good.
married and you have 2 kids. She's
No,
like,
no,
sometimes
okay.
in life.
Okay. I'm just saying, instead of going to the scroll into Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
you could
Put out a
just,
couple
you could
calls.
text and just be like, how are you doing today?
I know.
I probably shouldn't share this, but I have like maybe one person in my life I hang with right now.
That's so nice.
Great.
Like,
And so it's kind of a lonely era.
mm.
But I have 2 different therapists.
Oh,
So that's like
wow.
hanging out.
So
It's just like you're paying for dinner all the
I
time.
have to
I mean-
pay for my friendship.
Yeah.
And
But they listen. If
they
you pay-
listen.
If you paid the third person, they'd probably listen.
One is out in California and I book her for like 10 o'clock because I'm a night owl.
Nice.
The other one is local and she's like so good. She's every 2 weeks. And she and I bonded so much, she invited me to a taco night with her and her husband,
Wow.
which I don't know if there's rules about hanging with your therapist.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you feel like the therapy got worse after you guys hung out?
We haven't yet.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
She just invited me, and I thought about it later. I'm like, can I do this? Does
Guys,
this
yeah.
break
Well,
up?
what
Call
if
the
Taco Night
hotline
ruined-
right now and
Yeah.
let us
Yeah,
know.
it's
What if
like-
Taco
There's no
Night
hotline.
ruined-
There's no hotline.
The next time you meet, you're like, can you bring tacos next week? Like, now I'm used to hanging with you with tacos.
She
Like,
knows everything about my life, even the crazy stuff I would never tell anybody. So I can't imagine sitting in a tamale line.
yeah, right.
And she's like, why are you reaching for that second one?
Exactly, bro.
Is it because your father?
Yeah.
You-
Really, JR? Hot salsa? With that IBS?
You're covering for something.
Yeah, really? Sorry,
Oh,
I don't
it seems like
assume.
somebody wants to feel something.
But then again, it is like taking somebody who knows me better than anybody except for God to walk around with me.
I got a lot of respect for that, actually, because if she would hang at a taco night and then she's just sort of like, well, I can't say that. She's having to ask questions like she doesn't know. She's like, oh, JR, tell me about
Okay.
how are things going?
I had a similar experience when I went to the doctor that I felt like me and this lady doctor were like really hitting it off and we were laughing. I feel like we went through so much. And I was like, I feel like we could be friends. But I didn't have her number. So I got on the health portal.
Come on,
like,
portal.
asked for her number and she never responded. And it's
that's
like,
tough.
I totally get that, but I thought that what we had was more special than that.
Hey, I'm gonna give y'all an exclusive. We're not even into the stuff yet, but I told my wife this story. This haunts me. In 2015, we moved across town to a different part of Nashville, and I was setting up a new like home bank branch at Regions. The girl that was setting up the account was kind of cute or whatever, and I drove home. I was like, you know what? Romantic comedy. I'm gonna drive back up there. I'm gonna ask her to go on a date with me. And I went in and I sort of jokingly was like, hey, listen, I know it's probably a conflict of interest. Like, I can close my account if I need to, but would you want to go out with me? And she was just like, no, I can't. And I never saw her again. And I think about it all the time.
Oh man,
That is the most like
she shut you down
straight up
in the-
rejected in the bank branch. And I like parked and walked in. I thought like, I'm Paul Rudd right now. Like this, I'm going to win. I did not. And I still think about it.
Oh man.
Reminds me of a Garth Brooks song. What's she doing now?
Yeah.
Tearing me apart.
Well, I'm just like, I hope she's treating her new family that way because it seems
Yeah.
like she's a little closed off. Maybe she should talk to your therapist.
Which one?
Yeah. Maybe she's a night owl.
I'm just picturing Madison going on to allcaremedical.com and searching for the physicians. Like, there you are. And then it's not even an email. You have to do a guest form.
Yeah. You have to sign in and just be like, hey, I know you prescribed me an antibiotic, but
Yeah.
with that, can I have your number?
Hey, it's your 2:30. We're segment 2 here, but we're going to pretend this is segment 1 because we didn't get to anything. We got to a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to play a new song in just a little bit, Living Water, that will be available June.
In June.
Yes.
In
That's
June.
right.
But we'll give everybody kind of like this is like in the food court at the mall with the Asian restaurant.
Little
Yes.
toothpick.
And they bring the toothpick out
Uh-huh.
and you take it and you eat it. And then you go eat a Philly cheesesteak
Yeah,
next door.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't
Yeah.
want teriyaki.
Right. This is where you hear the new CAIN song here in a second, and then you go download a We the Kingdom song.
Please do, and please don't.
But I want to start with this question before we get into the song, okay? Readers on. This is my last interview. I'm taking a break. It started I do it every Thursday, a new chat all year long. So it started with Tomlin the first Thursday of Jan, and it ends with CAIN the last day of April. And that's going to be the season of chats. And I'm going to take a whole break for the summer because it's exhausting on me to interview.
Yes,
It's very
yes.
tiring on me. But I'm going to shift to something that I've never done in 25 years of radio, where my interviews, I'm going to shift from artists to regular people. So I think I'm going to try to lock down the Amazon guy that drops by the Joy FM
That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
and see if I can bring him in and let people get to know him.
I love it.
That is
Yes.
epic.
I'm thinking the
Yes.
McDonald's across the street, if I can convince
That would be amazing.
Yes.
and shift to real people that are,
Yes.
not that you guys aren't real people.
No,
I'm
no.
just saying.
No.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you this question. If you were in my shoes, based on where you guys live, if you could interview anybody in your real world, who would you love to get to know? Like, you're so intrigued by their life. Like, oh man, my mail person, I just want to sit down with them and say, talk to me. Tell me the highs and lows. Tell me your hairdresser. Like, what are the goods, the bads?
Yes.
Who's somebody in your world you'd love to interview?
There is a very sweet gentleman named Mike who holds the door open when I bring my girls to school twice a week.
Oh, can't hide money.
And I
know, Mike.
well, can't put a price on education, am I right? I'm talking to a guy with 2 monocles, so you understand money. But Mike is so sweet, and he's there, and he tells me twice a day, twice a week, have a great day. And I am on my way somewhere and on my way somewhere else, and so I never just really stop and talk with him.
Yeah.
But I have offered to bring him coffee, and I know that Mike doesn't drink coffee, so I know that about him. So he
That's a
copes. He
start.
copes with stress somewhere else, which is nice.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a good sleep schedule. I don't. But I think about that. I think about Mike. He's there twice a week, and why?
Mike, the
I don't-
school doorman.
I don't think his kids go there. Maybe he goes to church where my girls go to Mother's Day out. It's like, what prompted you to commit to this? That's so cool that
And
you're
is there a
there.
health plan?
You know what?
Yeah, is there, and,
Yeah.
and do you need me to hold the other door?
What I'm thinking is that Mike, so my kids go to the same school.
Yeah.
I think that Mike is nice enough to be friendly and mean enough to
Keep
Yeah,
people
like,
away.
Said a different.
No, just like
so mean. But I feel like
experience.
maybe he looks tough. To
Yeah.
where it's like
Okay.
He's got a little
nobody's gonna
bouncer
mess.
in him.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
Yeah.
kids in
He's
here don't
letting you
come
know,
in.
like, have a great day, and then everyone else, if you try me, is gonna have a bad
Yeah.
day.
Okay,
I like
okay.
that.
I like that.
Like he was a
actually.
bouncer that got saved
Yes.
and reverted
Now he's
back.
a bouncer at Mother's Day out.
yes.
That's saved,
ex-
man.
We were just talking about, because I'm not doing artist interviews for the next few months, I'm going to be trying to sit down with regular people, like the Amazon guy that brings stuff to the Joy FM. You know, who are you? Like, do you have any weird hobbies or collectibles?
Taylor's husband would fascinate you to no end. He gets on these kicks. Like, there's a minute there that he was collecting cuckoo clocks, and they were
Yeah.
like he truly will get on something and be like, know everything about it, know everything about the history, like.
Yeah.
Various olive
Well, I
oils.
did just trade him in my fantasy league, so
You do know some about it.
You know a little something about his interest.
Okay, can I tell mine? It's like, mine's more funny,
Yeah.
but I really do want to know this. So, in my neighborhood, our neighbor behind us, they own a farm, and they hired a private investigator to come into our neighborhood and monitor what was going on there for a week. And I don't know what's going on behind my house, but I think the owner of the farm, she knows that something's going on back there, and I want to talk to her. I want to bring her in here. And I want to say,
Documentary.
what's the beef that you have with your brother?
I
Or-
told them I would stop petting the horses. That's so lame.
and dressing them up.
You gotta bring an investigator
But it is
out.
like everybody's
That was two times.
Everybody's got weird stuff going on in their life.
The ultimate flex is for you to hire one now and to go
And
have
to
investigate her.
therapy. Oh,
Well, this neighbor, though,
That's a money flex right there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
built this super tall, expensive privacy fence. It used to be like just a regular horse fence.
like
and
why
everyone
can't
could
I see the cows?
Oh no, that's my
weird.
dream, by the way.
Oh, the privacy fence.
Or the cows.
Oh no, not a fence, a wall. I should tell my therapist.
Yeah.
They're
That's symbolic.
therapists about this.
Hey, listen, you're probably.
I now have to put a plural at the end of therapist.
Something's going on.
Let's get a little spiritual nugget in here. I had a kind of a life-altering moment. I love the fact that if you've been around Scripture for years like you guys have and I have, since I was a little kid, before I knew about Babe Ruth, I knew about, I could tell you Moses' second cousin.
Yeah.
But then when you hit a certain age, I love the fact that a story can reopen up in a way you never saw. This happened to me last year when I went through some trauma. I never saw that before, that after God rolled out the punishments for Adam and Eve about the cost of sin, what's now going to happen to them, then he went and he made them close. I'm like, I never saw that. How compassionate is he that this horrible thing that just changed the world forever, but yet then he went and clothed them. How gracious. And it happened to me the other day as well when they Israelites get through the Red Sea. He moves them into the desert for 2 weeks, and then they finally find water, and then they're complaining, and then he introduces them to manna. This is going to be a food source for you to sustain you, and they start stockpiling so they can, I'm going to keep as much as I can so that we never run out. So I'll have it on day 2. Yeah. And he says, not only can't you save it for a second day, but it's going to get maggots in the morning. Like, you can't. And this giant spotlight went, and I'm like, everything in Scripture is God trying to make us single-hearted towards him and dependent upon him. Yes. Even to the fact that miracle provision of manna, he's like, nope, you're going to have to rely on the showing up every morning. You can't stockpile it. And I'm like, I've read this story 1,000 times, but there was this spotlight going. Everything is about cutting my dependence on myself and relying on him. Have you had a moment like that with a story you've read 1,000 times, but it's reopened up to you at a different age?
I have one.
Wow, that's
Do you have one? I have this aversion to growing up watching The Passion of the Christ or whatever. When I get to that part of the Bible, I'm sort of like, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And it hit me this time, that story, the denial story. The reason that he was in the position to deny Jesus is because he was following him to see if he was going to be okay. Yeah. There's no mention of any of the others. And it's like, I have always put this on Peter, how could you do this? And it's like, even when he was arrested and they all scattered, Peter was following from a distance because he cared about him and he worried about him. And then when they saw him and he's panicked and he denies, but in that moment, and I was just like, man,
compared to the others,
even in that spot, it's like it's so easy for me to go at an arm's length with the people of the Bible that have flaws. Yeah, but it's like Peter was his heart was still beating for the Lord, and he was so worried because he wasn't sure if he was Messiah, and he's about to watch his friend die.
And that is so relatable.
And he's watching him be put on trial, and it says the Lord said nothing in his own defense. How hard would that be? You're sitting watching like, no, tell him, you weren't this, you're not that. And
what
then
if
they're
he
like,
did-
hey, I've seen you with him. Aren't you with him? And he denies. And
Well, he doesn't want to be killed.
right. The way of the world is deny the things to preserve yourself. And the way of the kingdom is deny yourself and take up your cross. And it's like self-preservation at its core is antithetical to gospel living. But I mean, it's easy to say, it's hard to do, but it's like,
It's so real.
and he doesn't get credit for following still. He gets credit for denying.
Yeah. That's a perfect example because you've read that so many times,
So
and
many
it took
times.
what number for you to go,
Mhm.
whoa.
The movie David with my
House of
3-year-old.
David?
No, the animated.
The
Oh,
animated
yeah,
one. Yeah. But it's just been interesting trying to explain to my 3-year-old kind of what's going on. She's like, why is King Saul mad? Why is he mad at David? And so I've had to kind of rethink, like, why?
Yeah.
Because God's favor, I feel God's favor on my life. But when you look away at what someone else has, you can feel that being pulled away because he wants me to, like, the spotlight, stay in the spotlight on what he's given me and be dependent on him for, like, where I'm at right now.
Manna.
So, yeah, it's just been, I was just like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah, he's jealous.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking about.
The blessing of God on
On a
someone
younger,
else's
stronger
life.
David.
He'll
On a
never be
Phil
that young
Wickham.
again.
Never be that young.
He ain't what he once was.
His life's going to get hard.
You see how Daddy's hair is turning gray on the side? There are people now who don't have that. And
Good
people
luck,
like them
David.
better, yeah. But it was
You
like
and your favor.
Young, hot David.
young hot David.
Too good for old Saul.
Oh,
This is where my accent
Yeah.
would come in.
There it is.
Hey, bro, you'll
bro.
never be king like me, man.
You know that he was on that. He was from the south side of Israel, but no. I mean, when you're talking about the manna, and even that, I'm thinking about God is saying like, there aren't maggots in your camp now.
Yeah.
And if you try to not be dependent, not only will this rot, it will bring sickness in a place where it doesn't belong. It will. The wages of sin is death.
Yeah.
So even beyond just the dependence is like you will make problems where there aren't problems if you are trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Anyways,
good.
You've unlocked
Hey,
something. Can you send me your
bro.
therapist number?
Bro.
Which one?
I'll be the midday. It's good to see you. It seems like things are going well. We've made a lot of jokes, but I'm proud of you. You're doing the work. It's hard work. So thanks for doing that. We love you, buddy.
I'm going to tell all my therapists about you guys.
All of them.
Yep.
But they won't know.
Sounds like the afternoon slots.
Especially you, Madison.
Could you send her the portal?
Right. I'm just trying to get a Thursday plan.
I'd had some good belly laughs on that one. I think the four of us were just like in the zone together, feeding off each other. That's one of my favorite chats of 2026. Thank you to CAIN. If you hit subscribe on the JR Show podcast, next time we have an interview, you'll get alerted. All right, you can follow along on Instagram. Let others know where they can find all these interviews. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Until next time, thank you for listening. Peace.